Hi everyone. Thank you for joining this month's edition of Rebirth Leadership Institute. The training is going to be in two parts, and this is the first part of the training. You can always access this training on the YouTube page of Rebirth Global Church, and I believe that you're going to be really blessed. This teaching is going to be very, very insightful, and thank you again. All right, so this today I'm going to be speaking on people, and as a leader, um, there's really no point being a leader if you don't have followers, and whether in a corporate setting or a um, a church setting, whatever setting you find yourself, whatever organization you find yourself, people are very important to the growth of the vision, to the fulfillment of what has been committed into your hands, right? People are that multiplying strategy that we all need to get to that point that we really desire. Let's say, for instance, you are made the president of a particular organization. Without anybody there, there's really no point you being the president. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's very important that we discuss how to not use now, but take advantage of the gift of men that God has given us to achieve the visions and the purposes of whatever organizations we lead. Wisdom will teach us, right, to multiply the people in our lives, to multiply the things in your life. I want you to understand this, that people represent things. Some people represent access, right? Some people represent insight. Some people represent certain kind of skills. So when anything is missing or seems to be unavailable in an organization or in a space where you're leading, what has happened there is that you don't have someone that can handle that thing. Are you with me? Jesus had 12 disciples, right? But as much as he had 12 disciples, each of them represented certain things. Peter was the active guy that, we want to implement something, is someone that will call on to step out and to take the lead. You see that it was Peter that Jesus sent to get fish from the water when they requested for task from Jesus Christ. Do you understand? He could have sent any other person, but he believed that Peter was much more better at execution, and that was why he seemed to be the lead at that time. So when he needed someone to execute, it was Peter. When he needed someone to gather information, it was another person entirely. So you see, wisdom teaches us that we should multiply the people in our lives to multiply the things in your life. If there is anything missing in your life, it is not money. It's very easy for us to attribute money to everything. But the truth of the matter is, money is not everything. In fact, there are things that money cannot get. Your money has limits, but you see, people, there is no limit once you have someone that represents certain things. Once you have someone that represents the media, Once you have someone that represents technology, you are rich as a leader already. You have you have what money cannot buy. Are you with me? So whatever you need in your life, there is someone who has it. I want you to understand that this morning as a leader, whatever you need in your life, there is someone who has it. Everything you will ever have will come through people. And that is why people are very important. Leaders must learn how to manage people. Um, let's say you run a department in your business organization or in an organization you work for. Do you know that there are skill sets that you don't have that certain people have? And if you fail to collaborate with those people, an expert that views your work outside will see that there is there seems to be a deficiency somewhere in what has been done. And what has happened is you don't have the person or the manpower or someone with the skills to deliver that. So you see now that even if you had money, you don't have the person that can deliver it. Isn't that an irony? Are you with me? So even when God opens windows of heaven to you, it won't rain money on you. All of God's blessings are spiritual that can produce physical results, right? So it means people are things. Whenever you need something, you actually need someone. I'm going to share more insight on that statement I just made. Whenever you need something, you need someone. So when as a leader you get the points in your vision and you realize, oh, we need this, oh, we need this, what has happened is you need someone that can handle those things. Even if you need this, you need that, you need someone that can deliver on those things, right? So I want you to understand that people are also places. The people in your life are places you can access. um let's use the political space. If you want to access the head of states of a country, you have to go through so many protocols. You have to send a letter, and it could take a while before you're fitted in for an appointment and all of that. But assuming you have, someone, right, that's um works in the government house or has personal access to the head of state of that country, it's not going to be hard to get an appointment with the president. All you have to do is notify this person and it tells you the protocols around it, and it helps you follow up on probably the letter you sent. In fact, depending on how influential the person can be, you don't have to send letter sometimes. All they have to do is to speak to whoever is in charge of the president's schedule and work something out between them. I'm telling you how powerful people are. People represent places, and once you have people in places as a leader, so many protocols will be broken for you. It is not about beating the system, it is just an unfair advantage that you have as a leader. So it is very important that you have this basic understanding. Leaders access places because of the people they have. Are you with me? So, access to new people is access to new places. And the truth is, many people don't lack money, qualifications to enter places. They only lack people whose voice is recognized. There are ways to get into places. So in fact, now this just shows that you don't necessarily have to know everybody in a particular place. Just like I mentioned, um, 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 uh, the government house. I said, let's say you know someone, it's easier. But with this statement now, if you don't know someone or you don't have access to people whose voices are recognized, it may not always go as fast as you want. So let me use this example. Let me use this example. I used earlier. I spoke about um, people that you know they are they know someone in government house. Let's say you know the chief of staff to the head of state. It means that you know the person that is in charge of the schedule for the president. So it will never be hard. All it has to do is just a phone call and then it's worked out. Do you get the point now? So it means that as leaders, you need people whose voices are recognized. I don't want to be the type of leader that will say, I don't need this person, I don't need that person. At every facet of life, at every level of your organization, you need people. In fact, certain investments organizations, if they are going to invest money in your organization or invest money in your idea or your business, they will look at the the team, and they look at the chemistry of the team, the skill of the people on the team. And I've seen organizations passed by because of the team, because of people. Because it's very possible to have a brilliant idea and you're able to rally around the skills, the people that can deliver on those things. Are you with me? So, people are places. Let me use this example. Could it be that because you don't have people in certain places or outside the country or in a particular country, say countries in Europe or in Asia or in America, that is why you've not been there? Let me explain clearly. If you're going to visit a country like Britain, United Kingdom, uh, some visa type require that someone invites you. So without an invite, you can't get access into that place. Do you get the point now? So it means that you need people. People are places. Is there anywhere as a leader you want to access? You need people. As a business leader, you want to begin to sell your products in a particular region of the country. You can't go there. And that is why you hear, oh, we have a sales rep in this particular place. People are places. I want you to look at that statement very well and think about it as a leader. As a church leader, you want to open up a new branch in a particular city. You need people to be there to run things. Are you with me? So, people are places. Ha. Get this very clearly. Once you have people around you, it is easier to measure the places you can have access to. The wealth and the value of the man can also be tied to the people he has, because those people represent access to places he has. So you can see a man who you feel is not so wealthy, or financially and material things, but he knows quality people, and then because of that he gets access to places you can't enter. For your enterprise to be in another country, you need to see people as places, and once you do that, take action to access them. Are you with me? Listen, God given vision recognizes people as places. Amen. Recognizes people as places. And this is how to multiply the vision that God has given you. Are you with me? People as places is a way to multiply. The word of God asks us to multiply, fill the earth. Do you understand? The way to fill the earth with your vision is through people. And once you have access to those people, you have access to the places they have access to. The way to get your products into certain places is through people. Are you with me? You want to fill up all the supermarkets in your city with what you do or what you have. Listen, the first thing you need to sit down and think of is, who are the people I know that can get me into these places? Do you understand? Because you can walk up to the management of the organization and you say, oh, I make this product and I want you to use it and all of that, blah, and you give all sort of demo and all of that. But if there is nobody that can speak for you, you've just done presentation, and the odds of you getting that thing, it could be very high. So you need people. Are you with me? Let's assume you know one of the directors there. You know that there is someone you can talk to, and it won't cost anything to get that thing into that place. I've seen people that what the service they produce gets sold out, or they have a lot of users because there are people that follow them. There are people that they know. So once they say, oh, I'm offering this service, I'm offering that service, and you just see, oh, this person is interested, that person is interested, and it gets filled up. So you want to multiply what you're doing as a leader. See people as places. Are you with me? Another thing I want you to understand this morning is people are money. Many people see money as paper, and the truth is, money cannot multiply in your life if you see it as paper. Are you with me? Entrepreneurs and career professionals, they're quite smart on this part, because they know that money is in the hands of people. Are you with me? You want to make 100 million in your business, monthly turnover of 100 million. Who is going to pay this 100 million? People. Except you have somewhere that you just take what you have or the service you have, and you put it in the ground, plant it like a plant, and you come back at the end of the morning and you're going to harvest money. I don't know whether that's possible, right? But I've seen organizations that are people oriented first as a value. I've seen them do better than organizations that don't prioritize people. One customer could be your 100 million naira client, and it all depends on how you treat people, right? People are money, and that's why you see some business persons, some career professionals that are into business development. You see the way they treat people with courtesy, the people that they know have the money that they need, because they know that all I need from your hand is your money. Treating people better as a leader. People are money, right? So you need to permit and reach out to more people to have more money. Ha. If 100 clients are giving you 20 million, it means if you can double your client list, you will double your income. Can you see how important people, when we come down to this level, to look at things, it's going to be clearer, and you would have a better perspective at approaching people. You would have a better understanding on how to treat people. You would see your organization and your vision and the results you want to deliver at a different level. You can go all out for things easily. So, like I was saying, you need to permit and reach out to more people to have more money. Um, um, and that's why you see people give their staffs or the staff or their workers to treat their client. They give them some training to treat their clients as kings, because they know that people are money. With this point, as a business leader or a church leader, can you go back to the drawing board as a business leader, and that money you have said, oh, we want to make this amount, can you break it down to people, right? If I have 10 people that pay 1,000 naira every day for this service, I have this. So you are chasing 10 people. Your goal is clear and the approach is easy. People are a multiplying strategy. People are also opportunities. Every opportunity that will come your way will come through people. And the thing is, with God, because I believe I'm speaking to believers here also, you can never tell who God will use to help you. In fact, you 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 can't choose for God who He should use to help you. Are you with me? You can't choose for God who He should use to help you. Another thing I want you to understand is people are influence. Have you seen people that plan conferences, events, and they invite top notable speakers, and three speakers, because of the influence and the following they have, pull crowds to that particular event? Some people relate with some people or want to appear in public with some people because of influence. Imagine when the state governor is going for certain events, you go with him as a friend. You're invited, right? And you just share that picture online on a social media platform. The perception about you in the public changes. The influence that person has, in a way, you've also received part of that influence. When you step into some places and you say, oh, I know this person, it commands a different kind of respect. Are you with me? There are people whose presence alone can influence things for you in 10 minutes that you may not be able to do for yourself in 30 years. Influence, the ability to have impact on people, on things, on places without doing so much. That's influence, right? So you're not necessarily throwing yourself at people and saying this, but you have that high public perception, high public reputation that has made you get what you need is easily. Business leaders and church leaders understand this particular aspect of people being influencers. There are people that need certain things, and just a phone call, or I know this person, and they call the person. That's influence. Are you with me? Another thing I want you to understand that people are inspiration. People are inspiration. The success of people can impact some others. If God has given you some level of results to certain extent and He has given you influence to certain extent, you will hear statements like, oh, I love what you do. I'm inspired by what you do. I just want to be like this person. People are inspiration. Are you with me? Even the top business leaders that you know draw inspiration from certain people. So people are inspiration. Listen, sometimes you may not need so many workers, so many staff in your organization. You need people that know how to draw inspiration. People that can look at this thing and can say, let's do this way, let's do that way. That can generate ideas, that can draw inspiration from different places. People that know how to observe across different organizations and are able to bring what they've seen, make it something that can work in your space, and it delivers result. Who is responsible for that result is the person that supplied that inspiration. Sometimes when someone lacks inspiration, it is because he or she lacks someone who represents inspiration. You see some companies have board of directors, some have advisory boards. They call them advisory boards. Those people on advisory boards are people who have wealth of experience, who know how to link different scenarios up together and provide inspiration. There's some people say, let me make you my sounding board, right? Throw ideas at you, rub off minds at you, and they get new insights. You must, as a leader, know how to identify the people that are full of inspiration around you. Because inspiration is a driving force. Inspiration shows you your next level. Inspiration shows you the next thing to do. Even scripture says, your light shall break forth. Amen. So you need to understand this, that people are inspiration. Scripture says your teachers will no longer be hidden from you. So you yourself, teachers teach you what to do. Teachers give you inspiration. Teachers may not necessarily be people that are in class, you are in a primary or secondary school class setting. No. Teachers are people that are doing what you would eventually do. But by the time it is your time to do what you will do, all you need to do is study what they've done, right? And by inspiration or by understanding, see how to apply it to the present circumstance. We've seen people use strategies that were used 50, 70 years ago, 30 years ago, to do things in the present. People will always be inspiration. Leaders see people as inspiration. Are you with me? People can also be distractions. People can also be distractions. Whenever people lose focus, often it is because of someone in your life. I want you to understand that it is because of someone in your life. I remember some years ago, I was working on a particular project with some persons, and I had someone that was, what's the word now? That was not as committed as they used to, right? And I began to like try to find out, and I realized that what had happened was there was something else that was pulling the person's attention. Once you see that people around you are distracted, what has happened is something new has entered their life. Once you yourself find out that you are distracted, most of the time, or many times, what has happened is there is someone in their life. And what we should understand is that distraction come through people closer to us. You know, people are not evil. Let me use an example. People are not evil. You as a leader have, a particular vision on how things should go, how things should be done, what you think should be done, and all of those things. And somehow, you just realize you are, by calculation, maybe 40 degrees away from the initial vision. But what had happened was someone on your team had given a suggestion, a nice suggestion. It is your job as a leader to know and synthesize the vision and look at what has been said and see, does this correlate with the vision of this organization? If the vision of the organization is to be in every city in the world, and someone says let's set up a virtual this, a virtual that, yes, we can, right? But being in every city of the world means that we are present there physically. So that could have been a distraction, a very good distraction, by the way. Are you with me? So distractions come through people closer to us, and as a leader, you should be disciplined not to be distracted, right? I'll just run through two other things, qualities for relational safety, and three things we should avoid as leaders. And this session will come to an end. But I believe that we've learned certain things today, and we can always apply those things. Qualities for relational safety. Number one, you must be patient with others. As a leader, it's important that you give people some time to grow, to adjust into the new positions. And that's why you see that when organizations employ new staffs, they give them probational period, and they say, oh, we review your performance after this. And that's being patient with the person, so that people can mature into whatever role, or whatever duties they are delivering. You get my point? So you must be patient with others. This is something I had to also learn along the line. Being patient with others, being patient with people. Some people will not catch the vision as fast as you want them to catch it. Some people may not even understand what you are trying to do, right, on set. But you see, once you are able to get them in line, and you're able to get them to see clearly what you're trying to do, what you have successfully done is that you successfully won someone that could represent any of those things. And you see them, they are able to own those particular things, right? So you must be patient with others. Number two, you must tolerate others. No man is perfect, and these are little things that differentiate leaders from others. You know, the particular leader from another particular leader. You hear people say, "Oh, this person is loving. This person." It's not that the person is not loving, or one person is more loving than the other. It's just that one person has learned to tolerate others, right? One person has learned to bear with the weaknesses of others, because in the truth is, even you as a leader have excesses that your followers will tolerate. As much as, yes, as a leader, you must be a beacon of light, beacon of hope. You must be that example that everyone wants to follow. It's important that you um it's important that you tolerate others, right? People tolerate you too. People accept a lot of things that you do, so you must tolerate others. Number three, you must be able to adapt the trend. You must be able to adapt to the trend. When things change, leaders must be able to identify new trends and see how to jump into it. In fact, leaders must not be quick to criticize what is being done. And this is where many people fade out. This is where many people miss out. You need to sit down and understand the trend of things. You need to sit down and see how things are being done. And once you are able to clearly see that and clearly understand, it's easy for you to find out how you can jump on that trend. No, listen. I'm not saying you should jump on every trend, right? I'm saying you should see clearly, understand each trend, and see how to adapt to it. For instance, we had people that said it's you must always be in church. Are you with me? We've had people that say, well, you must always be in church, you must always do this, you must always do that. But COVID came and everybody went online. That is adapting to trend. And right now we have churches that are still on that trend. They've modified it. We have organizations that have modified it. Hybrid remote working is there. So you see that these are because we have leaders or people that have foresight, that are able to understand trends and adapt to it. And the fourth thing I would say here is you must be highly supportive. As a leader, you must support your followers, you must support those that are working with you. You must be highly supportive. It's very, 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 very important. Something else again that I would say, the three things that leaders must avoid: don't criticize. Leaders should not criticize. Are you with me? Don't criticize people. Don't talk down on people. There's something called constructive feedback, right? It's better to give constructive big feedbacks than you criticize someone. The second thing here I would say is leaders should not complain. Leaders should not complain. Leaders should not complain. Don't be the one to complain, because when you complain, what should your followers do? Right? Remain positive. Don't complain about people. Rather, it's your job as a leader to find a solution. Complaining always shows that you lack initiative to find solutions. Because when there are problems, it is time for you to take up your position as a leader and find a way out of it. Right? So you need to understand this, that you complaining won't solve anything. I wish many people know this. The only thing your complaining would do is your complaining would, make people aware of the situation. In fact, when leaders complain, I've seen it over time, the people that follow you get tired. it's not that you should not complain, but it's that uh, if you are going to complain, let it be that you are with people you can draw inspiration from as a leader. Not that you complain to the people, staffs, this. No, 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 no. You have to be proactive as a leader. Leaders don't complain. The last thing is leaders don't condemn. You don't condemn people. You don't, no, no, it should not be done. It's something that leaders should not do. I ended with this: criticism will never persuade people that they are wrong. This is one thing that we all need to do. Oh, this is that, it doesn't look, you've criticized the person. And many times I have seen people who are criticized justify themselves. Everybody know this is wrong, but because of the approach at which that thing has been done, this person justifies himself and does not see any wrong. So the correction and improvement that should have come in will not come in. So criticism, um, 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 uh, will never persuade people that they are wrong. It makes them strive to justify themselves. Any fool can criticize. It takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. The truth is, what you are condemning or criticizing someone for, at that stage you did them. That's the irony of it. I've come to realize that, as we begin to go in leadership, sometimes we so much lose touch with reality. And reality, I mean, there is, when you were at that stage, you did some of those things, right? For someone who was forbearing enough and understanding with you to permit those excesses and work on you, point out corrections, and did not criticize you. So it's something that we need to understand as leaders, that listen, keep in touch with reality. Don't be in your high office, high hostel there, and you're just running out criticism as people are, they're not doing this thing. People grow and they grow in levels, right? So people's skill will help you understand people and forgive them before they offend you. This is something that leaders need to understand. The ability to be able to forgive people before they offend you. Knowing that this person will offend me anytime, anyhow, and any day, right? So it's very important that we take into consideration some of those things. I believe that this morning, that this class has been very instructive, and I know that there are a lot of take homes there. But I want you to understand that to multiply what you are doing, to be effective in whatever it is you are leading, you need people. And it's my sincere prayers that God send people, God send men your way. As a business leader, you need this prayer. Maybe you're thinking, oh, it's business. You need this prayer that God send men, the right men that would help you to actualize that vision. Are you with me? I've seen men or sub-trons get to the top because they had the right thing. And I've seen those that had the money unable to show anything for the money they have. So God bless you with mighty men. God bless you with men that would make the vision great, right? So I believe we've learned a lot. I know we're going to take most of these feedbacks and implement them, but much more, love people and see people for what they represent. Thank you for joining. I'll see you in the next class.